That's very nice of you. Thank you very much. Do me a favor. Just play about 4 bars of the opening theme. The Tonight Show theme. Just
okay, the theme and...
You've probably heard and enjoyed that theme many times before, but you know it was originally the Polovitzian folk dance by Borden. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
The commercial.
The commercial is you see night and day on cable TV of the very distinguished gentleman standing in front of a bad bust of Beethoven and a music rack and some books and says, you probably know this, every song is a classic. Did you know the Surfer Girl by the Beach Boys was originally Bach's Cantata Cantata? I know the only reason you're here tonight because we don't have a 2-beer limit like Dodger Stadium. Sure. Friday night crowd. You can always tell Friday nights. You can. You look up and you see the little old lady gargling with a Bartle and James wine cooler. Look at a good show. This is the Tonight Show, by the way. The show that asks the burning question, will George Bush buy a photomat to house his presidential papers? How many of you know that the Tonight Show is now in stereo? The show is brought... Okay. Tell you why we did that. We had a lot of people writing in say, we want to hear a Tony Randall interview from 2 speakers. And that's why we went to stereo. Good night. Anyway, while you're out here tonight after the show, if you're in the mood for dining, I frequently recommend Burbank's famed restaurant row out here, some of the finest eating places in Los Angeles. There's a new Japanese restaurant that opened, Al Hirohito's Kamikaze Room. That's right. Bad Japanese restaurant. You leave your shoes outside the door, and they sell them. How many of you come to Hollywood and hope you're going to meet some celebrities? We have celebrities here in Burbank. I guess our best-known celebrity is the famed inventor, Dr. Leopold Fechner. And he just invented the first gag birth control device for baby boomers, the Slinky Coil. You want to look at the back of your tickets? Where it says booers can be ejected? Something like that. I saw something today. Speaking of Burbank, outside of the Burbank Senior Citizens Home, 82-year-old man breakdancing. Turned out he had a killer bee in his shorts. That's it, huh? That's the kind of stuff you want. Okay. I guess August, July are the big vacation months. Everybody's on vacation. There's nobody in Washington, D.C. President Reagan, as you know, is in California. I think Vice President Bush is in Maine. Caspar Weinberger is in New England. And right now, there's a janitor in the Oval Office in the White House trying to calm down Gorbachev. You know, we've talked a lot about Rambo on this show. Have you been to it yet? That is how many of you have been to see Rambo? It's a lot of big summer movies out, and a blockbuster is opening next week, guaranteed to appeal to everyone. Rambo blows away Pee-wee. Well, it's time for our nightly update on what Jerry Falwell is doing lately. Jerry seems to be crusading all over the place. Falwell, as you know, is, I would say, very conservative. Jerry, for example, wants the copper-toned dog put to sleep for pulling down the little kid's shorts. And it's kind of depressing to pick up the sport pages and read about the scandal and the great American pastime, but it's getting a little worse, I understand. Last night in the 7th inning, I was watching a game, and the pitcher was taken out. by Crockett and Tubbs of Miami Vice. But it's really spreading, folks. Tommy Lasorda today checked into the Liz Taylor Clinic for cupcake abuse. Sad. Okay, there's some... Not sure, huh? Guess who's retiring from boxing? Did you read this in the sport pages today? How many of you have seen Boom Boom Mancini?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ray Boom Boom Mancini is only 24 years old. He said he's going to quit boxing and become an actor. He's going into acting. Now, why would he want to become a wrestler? We have to take a vote on these jokes tonight. We got a good show for you tonight. We have a very talented young actor who did the Buddy Holly story. He played Coach Bear Bryant. Very versatile. Mr. Gary Busey is with us tonight. A young lady. It is tough to find comedians. There are more young fellows doing comedy, but occasionally you run across a young lady who's very amusing. Roseanne Barr is with us tonight. And... Sure, you saw the news just a few days ago about the young man who I think was the first American in 24 years to go over Niagara Falls and live. Well, of course, if he didn't live, he wouldn't be here tonight. We don't deal in that kind of show. His name is Steve Trotter. Steve is with us tonight. And do we have a number prepared by the band?
We certainly do.
Well, we certainly hope we'll get to it. So stay where you are. We'll be... We'll be back. Thank you. Friday night.
Boy.
Yeah, weekend coming up. You had a nice little affair last night on Star Search,
Yes,
which I
thank you
guess
very
will not
much.
be seen, or will be seen shortly,
The
right?
weekend after Labor Day, the first show.
Yeah,
But thank you for appearing on that show. That was
Well, I
nice.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
You know, I come over to see you occasionally. I know you just stopped by here to pick up your mail. you go do your other activities. 35 years
On television.
on television.
Yes.
Didn't you start? You started in Philadelphia.
Right.
As a... Do they know you play that you used to be on Super?
Not Super Circus. I was on Big Top.
Big
I was a
Top.
clown on Big Top.
Playing a clown on
Yeah,
Big Top.
right. That was fun.
With a
I
red,
enjoyed
with
that.
a red nose.
It lit up. Now it does by
I'm not going to
itself.
say anything. Not I. Anyway, that's a long
Nice,
time
thank
to
you.
be in television. Do you have an answering machine?
No, I don't like those.
You know, I waited for a long time to get one because they're, number one, they're impersonal. And I always hated them because you get a message. And did you ever get one where the people record the music in the background? My son, Corey, has
Yeah.
music in the background. And they say, usually, you've got 5 seconds, leave your message, and you get 20 seconds.
Right.
You have to have them now.
Yeah.
Most of you have somebody answer your phone, right? What it is, people try to be very clever now.
Yeah.
They use cute messages. You have 20 seconds, and they try to be creative. We got hold of some of the answering service messages from various people today, folks.
And they're hard to get a hold of.
Yes, they are. What we had to do, we had to place a call, actually record their answering machine. We thought you might like to hear some of them. Give them the premise.
My golly, there's a phone.
There's a telephone right here. Now, actually, we're going to do quit the beep, and we're not going to have it ring because we pre-recorded these.
We've been so busy.
We've been busy. But here's some various messages we picked up on people's answering machines. Now well, let me see here. This is my doctor's answering machine.
Hello, I'm away from the phone, so while you're waiting, why not drop your pants, turn your head to the right, and cough?
He's a clever doctor. He never misses a call. You feel pretty dumb sitting there at home, bending over. But I'm going to try now I called the inventor of the new Coke.
New Coke.
Hello? I can't take your call because I'm standing on my office window ledge.
Well, let's see who we can ring up now. How about Dr. Ruth Westheimer? I bet Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
That'll be an interesting.
Let's see what Dr. Ruth has on her answering machine.
This is Dr. Ruth. I can't get to the phone because this time I'm having good sex.
Why don't we see what we call Andy Rooney of, CBS's 60 Minutes. Let's see what Andy had to say.
Did you ever notice when you try to leave a message on these dumb answering machines, just when you get to the important part of the message, the machine always...
I'm sorry we called Andy Rooney. I'm not going to call Andy Rooney anymore. Look, you can't have a pearl, folks, every time. Once in a while you throw in this William F. Buckley.
Oh, that's
Yeah, call Bill Buckley here.
This is William F. Buckley. You have achieved a successful telephonic foray, as it were, into my domicile. At the sound of the Stradivarius, would you be so kind as to leave an electronic narrative?
Save money by doing it. John McEnroe. You're ahead of us, folks.
This is John McEnroe. Why are you calling me, you dumb son of a... Why don't you go yourself?
As you know, Sean Penn and Madonna were married just last week.
Right.
I think they're on their honeymoon, and we called their house to see. No.
Wait, you hit the wrong button.
Why
Try
hit
this
the wrong
right
button?
Here, yeah. Try this button.
Why don't we call, before we call Sean and Madonna, why don't we try, I think that call might have been, that's a Beverly Hills divorce lawyer. Let's try that one. Excuse me a second. Bobby.
Yeah.
Who would you like me to call next?
Why don't you try Mr. Ring?
Okay. No, you're not supposed to tell him who we're going to call. All right, let's call the most powerful man in the United States.
Hi, this is White House Chief of Staff Donald Regan. I'm away from the phone, so your call will be automatically transferred to my assistant, President Reagan.
Now, why don't we try the president?
Well, this is President Reagan. I'm not in. I'm out chopping deadwood. Tip O'Neill.
Any suggestions, Bob? How about Sean Penn and Madonna? Can we... Think we could call them, Bob?
Let's give it a try.
Right. Sorry, kids. Now, if you live in Beverly Hills and you have a fire, you naturally call the Beverly Hills Fire Department. Let's see what the Beverly Hills Fire Department would say on their answering machine. I'll bet it'll go something like this.
And this is the Beverly Hills Fire Department. How'd you get our number? Well, it doesn't really matter. We're not here anyway. We're having dinner at Spago's. Try us tomorrow. Let's have lunch after the fire. Shall we say, one-ish at Ma Maison? Ciao.
Why don't we try a divorce lawyer? Okay.
You can make that call again.
Look, folks, this ain't omnibus. We don't get a chance to take this on the road. I'll bet we could try him again. A Beverly Hills divorce lawyer. Okay. I'm going to make an inter-office call to the NBC commissary.
This is the NBC commissary. We're busy right now. We're preparing tomorrow's meatloaf.
Okay. Sometimes they need a little dramatic interpretation. The president of Union Carbide.
This is the president of Union Carbide. Hey, stop waving the phone. Now, is there anything you have to say?
He's sick. He is sick.
Sick. I hate to interrupt Sean and Madonna again, but they're probably... Let's try Merv Griffin.
All right.
Hi, this is Merv. I'm out of town, so leave your name at the sound of the ooh. Ooh.
Let's call John Rambo. He's probably busy.
Hey, this is John Rambo. Hey, I'd like to take your call, but I'm busy blowing away the 7 dwarfs. Hey, there's only 6 dwarfs. Where's Sneezy?
A Beverly Hills lawyer. Okay, I'm going to call my machine.
All right.
See what I do on my machine.
This is Ed McMahon. Johnny's machine is on vacation. Filling in tonight for Johnny's machine is Joan Rivers' machine.
Very nice. Okay, there you are, folks. The guys in the sound department did a good job.
They did.
Madonna and Sean are still on. We'll be back with Gary Busey right after this. All right, we're back. My first guest is a very talented actor. He has a wide range, and he's starred in several movies. A few years ago, he did the Buddy Holly story, and he was tremendous in it. And then he turned around and played Coach Bear Bryant recently. And he co-stars in a very unusual new comedy about Marilyn Monroe, Joe DiMaggio, Albert Einstein, and Joe McCarthy. And it's kind of a surrealist thing. They all meet together in the same room. It's called Insignificance. Would you welcome Gary Busey? Gary?
I'm fine.
Hey, I enjoy your work. I really do.
Well, felt like a virgin on prom night until I saw that phone routine you guys. It loosened me up quite
You know,
a bit.
they were playing the Buddy Holly story recently, I think, was on cable.
It was was it on cable?
I
It
think
was
so.
last week. And
Last week I saw it again, and you were tremendous in that.
Thanks. I had a lot of help in that.
Yeah. But didn't you have a rock and roll background?
Yep, from Texas and Oklahoma. I came out here in a U-Haul trailer with 4 guys in a 59 Chevy station wagon. And we had blue blazers and striped ties and saddle Oxfords, and our hair was perfect. And our first club we went to was the Whiskey A Go-Go.
Oh, yeah, it was
The
right
street
up on
was
Sunset
filled with-
Boulevard.
Yes, the street was filled with bare-chested men and hair down to their waist. And the opening group was the Doors, and Van Morrison
right?
was singing with them. And
Well, you were out here when you could not drive down Sunset Boulevard a few years ago.
it's like having a one-way ticket to the wrong place.
Yeah.
I got in there and couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah.
But we persisted and stayed.
You'd never been out here before?
Well, just to visit a friend, but
You came from Texas. What'd you call yourself that time?
the Rubber Band.
The Rubber Band.
It's highly original.
That's not even a kinky name anymore with some of them. Were you any good?
Yeah, we were darn good. We could play anybody's music.
Yeah.
We worked at Knott's Berry Farm and Disneyland. Well, all the best places we got fired for doing something outrageous, but to
Yeah.
us, we were from the country, so it was
Whereabouts you from originally?
Texas, Goose Creek, Texas.
Goose Creek?
Yeah, they call it Baytown now. I don't know why anyone would want it. Yeah? Remember the Alamo?
Is that farm country or what?
Yeah, it is. It's agricultural. White rice paddies. My uncle had a hay baling business and ran some Charolais and Brahma cattle out in the bayous. And I started my farm work there.
Yeah. How did you get from farm work into rock and roll and into acting?
It's about the same kind of stuff. If you break it all down, the bottom, you know, it's pretty much the same.
Did you want to, when you were farming, did you want to get into the music business?
Well, I was I'm first generation rock and roller. I was there when it started.
Right.
I remember hearing it go from How Much Is That Doggy in the Window to Shaboom and Hound Dog.
Yeah.
So it was very exciting, the music at that time.
Whatever happened to the other guys who were with you in that group?
They're back in New York. Glenn Mitchell, John Crowder, and Ron Getman.
Still working in the, in the music business?
They're doing jingle business and playing sessions, working on their own music. Hello, boys.
Well, now you've had more success as an actor. Would you have rather had more success if it was going to go that way, to be a really a top?
Well, I'm still working on it. The funny thing about music, it's such a sensitive art form. It takes time to mature.
Yeah. So you still
Yes,
keeping
sir.
up with it?
We're working on it right now.
How'd you make the transition? I know I did not see you in the Bear Bryant story, but the Buddy Holly story, you were slender. And when you did the Bear Bryant story, Bear was kind of a chunk of a man.
Yeah, he was a chunk of a man. I weighed about 225 doing Bear Bryant and 160 doing Buddy Holly. I weigh about 195 now.
Now, you had to put on how much weight? 50?
Well, I just ended up putting it on. I don't know how I did it. But I remember it was fun.
I remember when De Niro did the Raging Bull, the Jake
he gained
LaMotta
60
story.
pounds.
And he had to put on this weight, and I saw him shortly afterwards, and you did not recognize.
Well, it's a real trauma getting it off. Getting it on, putting it on is fun.
You know, it was just
You even call it artistic at times.
We'll be right back.
That's pretty good.
Before we talk about what you're doing, I had a note here that somebody told me you have a kind of a unknown claim to fame. You were with the last person to die on Gunsmoke. Is that true?
Whoosh. Yes, I was.
That show ran for about 20 years. What now?
I died it was when they ended the show, and it was, I died in the arms of John Beck. And what I did was I kept my eyes open and crossed one of them because I'd had a head injury, and I thought that might be operative.
Be dramatic, huh?
Yeah. And so we wrapped the show, and the next day they went to Daly's to look at him, and it's according to television, you can't die on TV with your eyes open, much less having one crossed. So they called us all back to kill me again. So I really died twice.
That was the last episode.
Probably will again.
The last episode, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Tell me about this thing you're doing now. It sounds fascinating.
It's Insignificance?
Yeah, it's about a meeting.
Nick Rogue, the
Where
filmmaker.
all these four people from different eras of time, actually. Marilyn Monroe, of course, who was one time married to Joe DiMaggio. You play Joe DiMaggio in this?
Well, you know what it is. It's from an English play.
Right.
And it's called Insignificance by an English playwright. And there's 4 American icons in there. And it's a ball player, a professor, an actress, and a senator. And you're never told who they are. But you can tell by the way the film is designed. And hey, that must be Marilyn. And
right.
That's her husband chasing her. And who's the funny guy with the curly hair with no pants on? That's got to be Einstein. So
That's an interesting premise.
It's quite a thing. And
And
Nick
it's just an
Rogue is a fabulous
interchange of ideas and talking back and forth?
Yeah. It seems like it's that easy for him to do that. And all the while, I had no idea what we were doing. That's probably why it turned out, you know. But I really did enjoy working on it. It's playing in town now, John. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't seen it. Well, I could have lied and said yes.
Oh, that's right.
You know, I could have said, gee, you were wonderful in that. Some people do that. We don't lie in the show unless absolutely necessary.
I remember that.
Do we have a clip of this?
We do.
Does this need, as we say,
Yeah, it does.
a little
It kind of
setup
does.
of what's happening here?
The actress has gone to the professor to show her, to prove to herself, above all, that she's...
You don't seem too thrilled about that.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to interpret your feelings there. How long have you been married?
Yes, I am. Let's see. Oh, this is something. This is something like 17 years.
That long? I didn't realize you were that old. You got married young, didn't you?
No, not. I got married when I was 25.
That makes you 36. You don't even want to check that out, huh?
I'm winking at it, man.
People's going, gee, that can't be right, can it?
No, I was born in 44.
Yeah. Well, you're young looking.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's a makeup. They do wonderful work here.
You say you were surfing today?
Yes, Malibu.
Yeah.
Back in the ocean with Lance Carson.
Yeah.
Made me aboard, and I'm trying to learn to walk on the nose.
Oh, great.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I've certainly enjoyed myself here.
Well, I enjoyed having you here.
And you made it very nice. You're very good at this.
Thank you.
As I said during the break, I was very nervous.
Well, you shouldn't be.
Well, I'm not now.
Just be yourself. You're doing. We'll be back. Okay. Righty now. Way to go. I'm always glad on a Friday night when we have somebody new who does comedy, because Friday night audiences are good for comedians. She's a housewife from Denver, Colorado, who started appearing at a local nightclub called the Comedy Works in Denver about 3 or 4 years ago. And she moved out here to Hollywood, where she's been working at the Comedy Store. And this is her very first appearance on national television. Would you welcome Roseanne Barr? Roseanne?
For 13 years, and let me tell you, it's a thrill to be out of the house. I never get out of the house. I stay home all the time. I never do anything fun because I'm a housewife. I hate that word, housewife. I prefer to be called domestic goddess. I feel it's more descriptive. And you know what I do all day? Yeah, you're right. I lay there on that couch eating those bonbons, watching those soap operas, and tuning into that Donahue show. There's a show you could really learn something from. I didn't even know it was possible to be a woman trapped in a man's body. Well, you live, you learn, I guess. I live in the suburbs. I got a real nice 2-car garage with a house attached. It's just the best. I have a second career. I sell Stubby K Cosmetics. So you guys like impressions? Oh, okay. Oh, good, because I do them. Okay, I'd like to give you my impression of Miss Barbara Streisand. I think she is very talented and seems like a nice person. Well, that's the impression I get. So I'm fat. I thought I'd point that out. Have you ever noticed that fat people don't think like skinny people? We have our own way of thinking. Like, did you ever ask a fat person for directions? Because that is when the difference in thinking really shows, you know. Because you go up to them on the street and ask them where something is, and they tell you like this: well, go down here to Arby's. And go right past Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King. It's that chocolate brown building down there. It's a lot different. But it's good that I'm fat, though, because I'm a mom, and fat moms are better than skinny moms. Because what do you want when you're depressed? Some skinny mom? Well, why don't you jog around a while, and that'll release adrenaline in your blood, and you'll better cope with stress. Or some fat mom? Well, let's have pudding, Oreos, and marshmallows. When you wake up from that sugar coma, it'll be a brand new week. It's a lot better and everything. And my kids love me because I'm kind of like the mother they never had. But you know what? Being a mom, you can get a lot of attention, and then you can get a horrible headache, you know. So I do what it says on the aspirin bottle, because that is good advice on there. It says, take 2 and keep away from children. So, like I told you, I've been married a long time, and now that reminds me. Do you guys like that guy Stephen King that writes those really scary books? Well, now he is coming out with the scariest book he ever wrote. It is so scary, it's about a husband with a mind of his own. Oh, don't get tense, ladies. It's just a fantasy. It can never really happen. It'll be called Barbecue Starter. So that's great. Yeah, like I told you. You know, a lot of stuff bugs me about being married. A lot of stuff bugs me about husbands, you know. Like when they all the time want to talk to you. I hate that. He comes in, Roseanne, don't you think we should talk about our sexual problems? Like, I'm gonna turn off Wheel of Fortune for that. Put it on a gift certificate, babe. Oh, that bugs me. It bugs me that they think you're gonna clean everything, huh? Like comes in, well, Roseanne, you think maybe you'll wash a dish this week? Get real. So I said, well, what's the matter? Is lemon joy kryptonite to your species? But I am happy, and you know me, I'm not one to whine. I think husbands are the very best of all the men. They're the Cadillacs of men, you know, because at least they can make a commitment and deal with life. Not like these young bucks, you know what I mean, these young warrior types. Well, Roseanne, I'm not ready to settle down. I am living life on the edge of the fast lane. Sure. Get a relationship and face the real danger. All right? Mortgage in the face for 30 years. You skydiving wimps. But still stuff bugs me. You know, this bugs me the worst. Is when the husband thinks that the wife knows where everything is, huh? Like they think the uterus is a tracking device. Any Cheetos left? Like he can't go over and lift up that sofa cushion himself.
That's Roseanne Barr. Funny lady. We'll be back. Stay where you are. Okay, my next guest is a young man by the name of Steve Trotter. Is from Fort Lauderdale. He's 22 years old. He's a bartender. He became the first American to go over Niagara Falls in 24 years and only the 7th person to survive. And by way of illustration, watch the monitors. Here's a film clip we want to show you. There, Steve is in that, it's not just the mist from the water rising above the falls, and you can see him about ready to go over. You're not going to see him land because...
Dear me.
And there he is in his own self-designed container. And would you welcome Steve Trotter? Well, it's nice to see you alive and well.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah, you ought to be. What's the drop from the top of the falls?
176 feet.
176 feet?
Sure is.
So you're traveling at a pretty good speed when you hit?
Yeah, but I think like 70-something miles an hour.
Yeah.
I didn't have that figured out all the way yet because I didn't know the weight.
I saw you on the news about a week ago, and the only injury you got was a little cut or something?
Right here. That's it.
What happened?
Oh, yeah, when I was climbing out, you know, after we flushed out, they just got me back. I heard all the people yelling, yay, so I wanted to get out and just wave up to them and stuff, you know. My whole crew was up there. So a piece of fiberglass had broken off, you know.
Right.
And so I took the cap off, and I just climbed out, and a piece of fiberglass just caught me right in the arm.
So you hurt yourself after you'd made the
plunge?
I didn't get a... Now, what was that device we saw? It looked like a A big barrel or something?
It was like, yeah, it was 2 Greek pickle barrels, and I had...
Real pickle barrels?
Yeah, real ones. Real Greek pickle barrels. They're plastic. I had tongue groove board and numerous amounts of fiberglass over that.
Yeah.
You know, and these huge, like this high, 6-foot inner tubes going around that whole thing. They extended off the end, you know, to take your impact.
Well, how did you know how to design this? Where do you test something like this?
I didn't test it. It was just like
What do you mean you didn't test it? How many people have lost their lives doing this?
I guess a lot, you know.
Yeah. Did that occur to you when you said, I'm going to go over these falls, and this thing I built, and I haven't tested this?
No, like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
When
you tried this twice.
Yeah, I got caught. The Canadians they don't even, they like me now, I guess.
It's illegal, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's real illegal. Yeah.
Real illegal.
Yeah.
Are they going to fine you? Or...
Yeah, I have to go to court Wednesday. But they're real.
Yeah. But it's after the fact now.
Yeah.
Anyway, you said you built this, but you had really no way to know.
I had a German engineer help me out, and a few other engineers that told me, especially probably the stuff that saved me is that nuclear warhead packing I had inside that sells to the government. That stuff is like unbelievable. Keeps you in there like a little sardine, you know.
Were you just sitting down or hunched up?
I was just about like this, you know.
So,
and I had a dragster harness and stuff that goes.
But there's no way that you know in which position you're going to land, whether you're going to land.
No, the thing I had sandbags at the end, 160-pounder sandbags down near my feet on the outside of the car.
Right.
So I figured I'd go feet first.
Yeah.
But no way, I went head first.
Head first.
Yeah, my luck, you know, I have the worst luck in the world.
Yeah.
And so I hit a rock.
You've had pretty good luck.
Yeah, I guess.
Were you scared?
Oh, yeah. Everything was great. It was like nice, going down the river, and all of a sudden, whoa, it got so quiet. It was just like quiet, really so quiet. Then slam, I hit that rock, and the cap ripped off, and water came, and I took my regulator out of my mouth and blasted. Like, I didn't want the water in. I just wanted it to go, you know?
You want to be a professional stuntman, is that the idea?
It's so hard for a guy like me to get into the business, a newcomer, you know?
Well, you're into it now pretty well. Have you had any offers yet from this?
Oh, God, numerous people. The phone's off the hook and stuff.
Yeah?
I feel sorry for my poor mother, God.
Well, how'd your mother feel about this in the first place?
Well,
you know, you go to tell your mother, Mom, I'm going over Niagara Falls tomorrow. The average mom might say, what?
Yeah. She was kind of like, she freaked for a while, but then, you know.
As moms will do, yeah.
But then, I came out in Fort Lauderdale, I got these new clippers, and I clipped the whole thing apart, so she thought I was going to take the whole thing apart and come out here and go to school and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I really took it over to my friend's garage, put it back together, and she didn't know what was going on. You know,
so your mother really didn't know you were going to do this?
No, I had her going for a while,
Yeah? How does she feel now about it?
Oh, she's psyched. She was happy, you know.
Would you do it again?
You wait, you watch.
You're not going to try it again, are you?
Nah, we'll talk about that.
No, you've done it once. That's really enough.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Stay where you are. All right, we just have a few seconds here. Well, Steve, congratulations again.
Yes, sir.
Have you got something else tricky planned that you're not telling people?
Yeah, some out of the world. You're gonna really like it.
Well, good luck. I hope you get into the ranks of professional stuntmen.
Oh,
It's
God,
a
I hope
tough
so.
business.
Yeah, I know, it really is.
Okay, nice to
Pride
have
that
you
keeps
here.
you going.
Gary, good to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
for
you,
being
sir.
here.
Thanks
Come
for
back
having
and see us, will you?
I will.
Have a nice weekend. Good night. I'm humbled by that applause.